Where do you stand on the idea of transgender people playing in like their transition fields of like, so like if I was born a man and I try to be transgender into a girl, am I allowed to play in the women's leagues and what's not? Or like, what do you feel about? How do you
So
feel
in
about that?
terms of that, so I think that like that decision should be based on
Go see it, I say, and welcome to another episode of the Eastside Podcast channel. You know how we do on this channel. Hey, we don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe in these videos. You know, hey, don't forget.
We trying to hit 50 likes. Trying to hit 50 likes.
50 likes. 50 likes. If we get that, we'd be very grateful to you guys. Today we have a guest on the show, my boy Alexio. See what I'm saying? 1/3 of In the Mix. You know what I'm saying? Today we'll be talking about his collegiate experiences being an athlete. So yeah, let's get to it.
Okay. All right. So Alexio, I just want you to tell us about yourself and how you got into the college athletic career and which division are you in?
well, for me growing up, I always played sports. Like if anybody that knew me knew that's literally the only thing I was known for, like playing sports. Not even just playing one sport, but I was one of them people when you saw me like, oh yeah, he's playing all them sports. So my school, I go to Bethel College. It's a school in Kansas, small school, small private school. It's a NAIA school, which would be considered, so that'd be D1, D2, and D3. We would be considered right below D3 because we're still a 4-year school. So we technically be above junior colleges. So like in between junior colleges and Division III schools. But we're not a part of the NCAA. So like we have our own organization and it's called the NAIA as opposed to the NCAA. In terms of college athletics, I play football. I play American football. It's not my true passion. I love soccer more, but well, when I first left the Bahamas, it was like I was in a situation where I received a football scholarship as opposed to a soccer scholarship. And my coach granted me the opportunity to play both sports. So like to give me more exposure and give me the opportunity to choose the path that I wanted to in terms of college athletics. But I was looked at more for football just because I excelled better in it. And I received more exposure because we played so many different teams, because we traveled to Arkansas, Oklahoma, and to Texas to play schools as opposed to soccer where we mostly played schools just in Kansas. And so like that gave me more of an opportunity to seek out a career in American football just because we were so much different places and more coaches could see me as opposed to me playing soccer. So I ended up choosing to go with football in terms of my college career.
I have a question. Man, I don't think we haven't asked him this yet, and I feel like our viewers are maybe wondering this. Alexia, what position do you play?
I play receiver and kicker.
Thank you for saying that.
So for your coming up from high school, how would you say there's the difference between college? So playing athletics inside high school to playing athletics inside college.
I want to say that they're both like equally time consuming because as a student athlete, you really like I don't think people understand how much a student athlete has on their plate when they have to balance playing sports and doing schoolwork. But at the same time, like they don't think about student athletes as being more than student athletes. Most of the student athletes I know, like while they play sports and do schoolwork, a lot of them still try to be involved in different organizations throughout school and clubs and stuff like that. So I think people don't realize how much student athletes have to bear with. And wait, what was your question? I forgot, I ain't gonna lie.
Like in college, how is it different from
okay.
Well,
in terms of the difference.
Yeah.
I would say coaches cater more to the fundamentals. So like in high school, like from my personal experiences playing both, high school coaches want you to be, coaches try to like with football especially, we try to do more physical stuff like a lot of hitting days and contact stuff. Like whereas in college, like we've tried to focus more on understanding concepts and making sure we know how to run our plays as opposed to going out there every day and just smacking each other in the mouth. Because at the end of the day, you don't want nobody to get hurt. And like, I'm not saying that high school coaches want people to get hurt, because by all means they don't. Because at the end of the day, you need those dudes on the field on Friday nights, and for you to have a good squad and put your best foot forward. But like with college coaches, they really ain't willing to risk their athletes as much as high school coaches are, just because I can't tell you why, because I'm not a college or high school coach. But our coach's motto is that being physical is a mentality. Like, you can't teach someone to be physical on the football field. Like, you just have to have that dog in you to say, I can come out here on Saturdays and I can smack somebody in the mouth, because at the end of the day, I get a scholarship to come on this field and be the best possible player that I can be.
You need to be more like a dog.
So in practice, we focus more on fundamentals and being technically sound as opposed to being physical. Whereas in high school, I feel like it was more of a physical thing. Like, you got shouted at and you got coached up to be more physical as opposed to being technically sound. Like, technicalities was a part of it, but there was more focus on being physical in terms of the differences. And then with academics, I want to say our high school coaches was on us way more. Like our college coaches, we have study hall and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you're a grown man, you're a grown woman when you're in college. So it's really on you for you to get that stuff done. But like in high school, our coaches would like check on us every day. They would literally check our grades every day and make sure that we was doing what we needed to do and stuff like that.
Jeez, that's a lot of regimen. I don't know about that. The thing about what you said was that, you said that people don't really value or understand the balance that college athletes have to go through. I mean, at my school, it's a D2 school, and I don't know every single football player or athlete on campus. But like, for example, football players I don't really see them doing much of like extracurricular activities besides football.
Yeah.
So that's just one. But I know some girls inside the volleyball team or the soccer team or even the cross country team. They'd be all over the place. They'd be in RAs. They'd be in scholar leaders. They doing some other type of activity, presidents of clubs, various stuff. So it's a lot of time consuming. But dang, that's a lot.
Okay, so as a college athlete, what would your day regimen be on like a heavy day?
On a heavy day?
Yeah.
Just weights?
Heavy day for me would probably be, we would have weights at 6. So from 6 to about 7:15. And from 7:15 to about 8 is my time frame. I have to get breakfast because I have class from 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11. And then on a Monday or a Friday, which would be my heavier days, I would have convocation from 11 to 12. So that's 4 straight hours. I have like where I'm in a formal setting where I'm paying attention to an instructor, like listening and soaking in information. So like for 4 straight hours. So really and truly, like that's 7:15 to 8 o'clock time frame. That's time for me to shower, to get back to my room, to take a shower, and then still go make time to get breakfast, like all before my 8 o'clock class. And then so I would have 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock for lunch, and then 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. I have 2 more classes. And then 3 to 4 would be my time frame. Probably 3 to 3:30. I would have film with my position coach. And then 3:30 to 4 is like literally my free time before practice, because practice is from 4 to 6. And then 6 p.m. to 7, I would have time for dinner. And then 7 to the rest of the night, I'm pretty much free. Like,
That's a lot of damage.
so yeah. Basically from 6 in the morning. So from 6 in the morning to like 7 in the evening, I pretty much have a packed schedule where I don't have a lot of free time. Like unless
you have a job.
Pretty much.
No pay.
So like I would say my 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock time frame, I really only take like 15 minutes to eat lunch. Or if anything, I go to the cafeteria, get my lunch, and then go back to my room with it. But like for the most part, yeah. I'd say I don't have a lot of free time throughout the course of the day on a Monday, Wednesday, and a Friday.
All right. With all of that, the question comes around the corner. Do you think that college athletes should get some type of compensation for the amount of work that they do in school?
I was back. If you asked me this question about a month ago, I probably would have said no, just because like for me, it takes away the competitive edge of college athletes. Because I personally think that college athletes, because they weren't getting paid, they worked harder than professional athletes. That's just my personal opinion. Because at the end of the day, a professional athlete saying, bro, I'm getting paid. Like, you paying me, so at the end of the day, even if I don't do my job today, you still got to pay me. But a college athlete, like, bro, I want to get paid for what I do, for being passionate about being passionate and good at something. Like, I want to one day be able to say I'm getting paid to do something that I love. So they work harder. They put more hours in the gym just because at the end of the day, they want to be able to make money. But when you start paying them like a little stipend or whatever, they're like, all right, well, I finally getting paid for my worth. So like they know my worth. So I don't have to work as hard because they know I don't have to prove nothing to them anymore because I finally get the recognition I deserve. But like now I see it in such a way like college is really taking advantages of students in general, and like college athletes double. Because not only are they paying you for academics, but not all of them get full scholarships. So some of them are paying for athletics in some form, some shape or form.
Yeah.
Like even if they bring money into the school, at the end of the day, they don't make any of that. They don't make any of that money back. You know, like yeah, they get recognition, they get awards and accolades and stuff like that. But we get that stuff in high school too. So like that really don't do nothing much for you. So like at the end of the day, I think they should receive some sort of compensation for the amount of money that they bring into colleges. Yes.
I was gonna ask you, what would be you think it'd be a reasonable stipend for a college athlete, and do you think it should differ depending on like what that athlete does?
So like the 5-star first round automatic pick, like say a Marquise Brown, should he get the same stipend in college as like the 12th round 600 pick?
Yeah, exactly. That's yeah.
Honestly, I think it should depend more on sport. Because personally, like some sports, because as you know, some sports are more successful. Not all the sports have the same amount of success rate.
Facts! Facts! Facts!
But do y'all have? I know biggest schools or like D1, not D2, D1 colleges. They have like diet restrictions. Or y'all do different casts.
Well,
so do y'all do that at y'all school, or is it different? What are your diet restrictions? Or what's your diet like?
Restrictions?
Yeah.
Honestly, not really. Like we don't have any diet restrictions or anything like that. But I will say, like for the most part, people that like most of the athletes here, a lot of them try to have like their own personal diet plan that they follow. Like it's very rare that you see people that go here like as an athlete and they just like eat whatever. Like most of them really don't. Like they really try to eat things that they know would be most beneficial for them and what they need to be optimally ready to compete. So like for the most part, no, we don't. Like the school and our coaches and the athletics programs, they don't really have a set program for us. But like people are mature enough to where they develop their own for themselves.
Sound like your school forward, bro.
Got any more questions?
Oh, I got one more question. Like this one, the main thing I really want to ask. So right now, there's a fable, a tall tale, if you must, a myth, urban legend, that when you become a college athlete, your clout levels automatically
That's my
all the way up. All the way up.
That's it.
So I wanted to know, did you actually gain any clout? You know, the girls start looking at you a different way as soon as they say, "Hi, my name is Alexio."
I didn't even get
you play ball? Yeah, as a college athlete.
Like you say, you hear what you call it? A fable. Let's keep it at that.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
Like,
oh god.
Like straight up, dog. It like for me, it really depends on. Because you could be on the football team and niggas don't like, I don't want to say niggas, but people don't even know you on the football team. Like, because for one, you probably don't play. Two, you're probably not good at what you're doing. Three, like, you might just be there, like, as a GPA booster.
Damn.
Or, like, just to fill a roster spot, honestly. Like, straight up. So, like,
Motto.
being a college athlete is, like, almost like being a high school athlete in terms of clout. Like, unless people know you because you good at what you're doing, or you, like, get out there and you, like, one of them people who boast about it, like, it really ain't that much different. Like, no, you don't get that much clout unless people know you.
I think with the cloud thing, when I was a freshman, you could have seen like a lot of high school guys who was that guy inside high school, and they like go into to college, and they realize that they still have that like chip on their shoulder, that like ego. You will see it easily get broken down because ain't nobody care, bro.
Yeah, like that's what at the end of the day, that's
care.
what it is. No one cares, bro. Like, guess what? You was the guy at your high school, but you will sit here and ride the bench for 3 years if you ain't good enough to play. Straight up. Like, no one cares how good you were in high school.
Everyone is feel like they that guy, but like it's like couple guys that like I was friends with who was like on the team. Like freshman year, a lot of like colleges assigned, well, at least our college assigned like a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
I say we have like say we have a 500-man roster or something like that, some crazy number. At least half of them dropping out by October because they don't get time.
Real talk.
Two, they upset, or three, they don't have the grades.
Bro, listen.
So
So there's this school in our conference. Name will not be said, but like ever since I've been here, I'm a junior now. And since my freshman year, we've always known them to be the school that like recruits from junior colleges, because like junior college is only 2 years. So when they finish junior college, they would be considered juniors because they've done 2 years of whatever. So like they literally would recruit people from junior colleges every year, and half their starting lineup, both offense and defense, would have been considered junior college transfers. Like they really, like dudes that stuck around and played, like it was very few of them, because like they recruited from junior colleges every year. And like we don't recruit as much from junior college. Like our coaches really try to like bring dudes up from freshman year all the way up to like for you to earn your spot. But like you say, a lot of dudes is just drop out by the end of October, November. By the time as you going home for Thanksgiving, dudes are going for Thanksgiving, and you wouldn't see them again because they like, bro, I ain't playing. Like, there's no point in me coming back.
Yeah. All right, I have one more question. So, is the atmosphere at your school something of the ask of like something you see on Last Chance U? That type of grit and grind, and niggas really trying to, make that big divisions, or y'all more just trying to stay in your lane?
For us, bro, like our motto is like we's a quote unquote brotherhood. Like we try to hold each other accountable and like have each other's back and stuff like that. And like our coaches, one of the things they pride themselves on, they really don't try to cuss at us. They're like, because for one, we're a Christian school, and like our coach always tells us, like, we want to win. We want to win championships here. Like nobody comes to college and play and compete just to lose. Like obviously you want to win, but at the same time, like this is an experience for y'all. Like we don't just want to teach y'all to be like good football players. Because listen, you could go undefeated 4 years in your 4 years at college, but have a terrible experience because like you didn't like none of your off the field. You didn't like none of your teammates. Like you didn't really mess with anybody like on campus and stuff like that. Because like it was just a bad vibe for you. Your experience as a college athlete, like it was really one-dimensional because you only was there just to play football. You didn't really enjoy college. Like you didn't have the full experience of being a college student because you went there, you played 4 years, yeah, y'all won, but like other than that, it wasn't that fun for you because you didn't do much outside of playing football. So he was like, while we want to be able to compete for championships, we want to build an atmosphere like when we have recruits come here, they see that, okay, we have good chemistry with each other. Like we vibe with each other. We hang out with each other. It's just not like, oh, we only come to show up on Saturdays. We just come to play the game and that's it. Like after the game, we don't be like, everybody just go their own way. Like, you go about your business, I go about my business. Like, don't talk to me until next week, Saturday. Like, even at practice, y'all don't even really mess with each other. So he wanted to teach us to be grown men and like make responsible decisions at the same time, like while we compete. So his thing is like always try to hold each other accountable and be there for each other, like while still, like competing to be the best that we can be. Because he said it should never be easy for you to be to play on a college field. Like if you go into a situation where like you as a freshman and you just start instantly, like obviously that ain't really a good atmosphere, because they just putting whoever they want to put on the field just because he's good. Like, because his thing is your grades and how you treat people like off field should play a part in how much you play on the field.
Good principles.
Okay.
Good principles.
So, okay, I think this should be my last question. Might not. I might think another one. Do you think that off the field, like in classrooms and or do y'all have like a special person, like like again I have the reference last chance because of the same type of situation. Y'all have like a special advisor that is be on top of y'all, like for schoolwork wise, or y'all don't have nothing like that? Also, do y'all get any type of special treatment, as the fable saying that most college athletes or most athletes get special treatment inside academics?
Listen, boy, I go to a small school. Ain't no such thing as special treatment. If there's special treatment, everybody getting special treatment. That boy who's singing the musical next weekend probably get more special treatment because our teachers love music more than they love sports. Don't get me wrong. Like, we go to a small school, so they support us just as much. And they love sports, especially considering our football team is actually good now. Like, because years past, like ever since like 2006, 2007, the school been butt cheeks before the last 2 years. So like we're on the come up again. So like they starting to like football again. And like football, the fact that we do good in football and people come to support us, we go and support other sports that's transferring over, and everybody gradually getting better at their sport. But like if I'm gonna be honest, like I go to a Mennonite school and they really like music and art and stuff like that. So like that would be their first preference. But at the end of the day, no, I personally don't think we get special preferential treatment. No, I think they really just treat everybody the same. Like you can do your assignment and he can do his assignment and both y'all better turn it in on time. I don't care if you play football and he's just a regular student. If he turn it in on time, you can turn it in on time. That goes back to my point of like people don't understand that student athletes have a lot to balance. Like you still got to turn in your assignments the same time as that kid that ain't really doing nothing else. All he doing is that assignment, and he just have a lot of free time. You don't have that much free time. But at the end of the day, you got to find time, make that time to turn that assignment in on time.
All right. So Mennonites, that's the type of the church that has cut off the foreskin.
Sir, are you okay?
No, whoa.
I personally don't even know what a Mennonite is.
What's going on?
But I don't think that was right. I don't know what he's talking about, but that didn't sound right.
All right. Just wanted to know.
I'm pretty sure that's Christianity.
How do you just throw that in there though? How do you just throw that? Anyway, I have another actual question that I feel I should have asked earlier. But I'll ask this one first, since we are already just leading the game. Where do you stand? Quick question. Where do you stand on the idea of transgender people playing in like their transition fields of like? So like, if I was born a man and I try to be transgender into a girl, am I allowed to play in the women's leagues and what's not? Or like, what do you feel about? How do you feel about
in terms of that? So I think that as a college, as a university, or like an organization that allows transgenders to compete in athletics, what position were they at when you allowed them, when you first accepted them into a school or whatever? So like, if they made that decision throughout their college, their time being in college, then that's one thing. but let's just say they made that transition for themselves in high school, and then when they applied to college, whatever you accepted them as, I feel like that should give them that opportunity to compete in that area. Like if you're not willing to accept them as a male, if you're not willing to accept them as a male coming into college, then that's one thing. But don't say, okay, you accepted them in as a male, and then when they get to college, they transition to a female. No, they can't switch over at that point. Like that's just how I personally feel, if that makes sense.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Okay, right. This is the first question I wanted to ask you, Alexio, though. What is your biggest... I already know, like, back in the day, in high school and stuff, you never used to lift or anything like that. But, like, what are some of the other bigger changes or transitions you had to make to your game, or, like, your practice or the way you go about the game in comparison to high school as you transition into college?
Hold on, before you answer that, even though he didn't used to lift weights, he always was known for them calves, boy.
Is
I was gonna
it?
mention that in the beginning. Man, the man had calves the size of boulders.
The calves
Didn't
was
make no
almost
sense.
natural because I was a fat little kid. I wasn't fat, but I was chubby. So like the weight gone away, but the calves just stayed on. Like I can't do nothing about that. Like I was a chubby little kid. But for me, like you said, weights was one of them because I really never lifted weights in high school. Like Allen Iverson said it best, bro. That stuff is hard. Like nobody wants to do that. Like for you to be someone that lifts weights, you really personally, I think you gotta be passionate about this. I don't like lifting weights. I don't even get count.
You are. Wait, hold on, watch this, right? I telling you, the first year Alexio went off to school, Alexio was regular, right? I swear to you, I saw Alexio come back in Christmas. I didn't know who he was, wait. I thought Alexio was flicking shock. I thought that was what he was, wait. That's how big a nigga they get, wait.
Alexio did grow like say 4 inches, and
he grew. He got taller. He got taller when he got back. He got taller.
No, he gained like 15 pounds of muscle.
Wait, I didn't know who that was, wait. I saw McCamey, right? And I said, wait, who this killer is on the side?
That's when we first saw him. That's when we first saw him. When he was walking with Cammy up there, so we was like, what the hell?
Who this nigga is, wait? Cammy bringing new guys around?
But if we being honest, I really didn't even feel that much different way. But I think it was like because I was around dudes that was like shredded, like a shredded 185. I had a dude on my team like 185, and he looked like he like 215. Like that's how bulky he is. You know what I'm saying? So I guess like being around them all the time, like it didn't even make me realize like I was actually gaining weight and stuff. Because I really didn't start checking how much I weigh until this year. Like before that, I never consistently checked how much I weigh. But aside from weightlifting, I'd probably have to say managing my free time like in the off season. Because like I was never used to having off season. Because in high school I played sports every different season, like fall, spring, summer, like winter. I always was playing a sport. So like the fact that I had to choose one sport to play and that it was football, like I had to learn how to manage my off season when we didn't have workouts and stuff. And then I guess it also gave me more of an opportunity to like hone my skills in football. Just because I was only playing football now, I didn't have to divide my time up so much. And I was able to focus more on just doing football related activities and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't really help you when you come home to play us in football, you know, because my team, you know, we get dubs every game.
Well,
you won like once.
Camden, don't act like Camden. Your record against me is like 1 and 100. Okay, like you have
you on my team. You are on my team.
One win. You have one win against me in your lifetime. One win. One win, and that's probably when we was in the 10th grade. One win in your lifetime.
I ain't started playing with y'all until 11th. So that's how you know you're lying.
You're
I talking about during the summer. Last summer.
In the summer, you never beat me in the summer. If you wasn't on my team, you never beat me.
Yeah, well,
I never lost.
You know him and Cammy. You know him and Cammy, that duo. They
Wait.
L's.
Okay, Squeaky, we're
You
not
can't
gonna
tell
act
me.
like you don't love charisma on your team. Like that's the only reason you
Yeah,
know
I
get
do.
completed
That's my
passes.
boy. That's
'Cause
my
you was-
boy.
No, but the thing,
Because you
That's
know
my
what you
person.
remind me of? You remind me of Eli Manning and Odell Beckham. That's what you and charisma are. Odell makes you look good.
wow.
He's still
You're
gonna go in the
garbage.
Hall of Fame. I don't care what you gotta say. He's still gonna go in the Hall of Fame.
That's fine.
Right, the thing about it is, right? What I don't understand is why even allow Alexio to play, but this guy
I
is
don't
playing.
know. I don't know.
Why he plays college? Why do we allow him to play?
The same reason y'all allowed Chinty and Charisma to be on the same team back then, I feel like I have a right to
They
play.
was never on the same team.
They was never on the same
Word.
team after we graduate from SAC. When we was in SAC, they was always on the same team.
No, but it was me, Charisma, Eric, Heath, Tito, and then it was Cami, Chintia, Alexio. But
Yeah,
that was a
listen.
stock team.
And when
but
it
that
wasn't,
was-
listen, when it wasn't Chinty and Charisma on the same team, y'all put Charisma and Brian on the same team.
I like that trio.
mean,
I love the me, Brian, and Charisma trio. I love
Listen,
that.
listen, Brian was always
No.
faster than whoever covering him. So Brian just running a fucking go route and Charisma running something short underneath. Because nobody can cover Charisma and nobody was fast enough to run with Brian. That ain't no fail.
Brian, you know what, Brian? I want you to feel good because you're good at the game, but I just want Squeaky to know he's utter trash. I've seen Squeaky throw so many picks. It's not
Because
you,
I'm
Squeaky,
the
it's the
QB.
niggas who catch
I'm the
him.
QB.
No,
I want you to know.
No,
I want you to know
no,
my
no, no.
touchdown. My touchdown to pick ratio is way better than yours.
You lie.
That's
You
a
lie.
fact.
You lie. Hold on. The
That's
reason
a
why I know why
fact.
you lying because I'm one of the
You don't even play
diverse
QB no more.
athletes. Exactly, I'm diverse. Niggas say, but we need you to play wide receiver. I was like, flip, I got it then. Hans, easy.
Because they don't trust you with the ball in your hand. They don't trust
What
you
are you
with the ball in
talking
your hand, bro.
Squeaky, you realize what happened every game, right? As soon as the game starts, niggas say, well, how do you have Squeaky get QB? But come. Switch over. Let Squeaky. Let Squeaky get himself. Let Squeaky get himself. Let Squeaky understand and get himself because he just throwing picks, bro. I
want you to know if I having a bad day, the only person that's replaced me is Charisma. That's it.
That nigga don't want. He Charisma don't replace you because Charisma like touching the ball to throw it. He literally just like touching it to catch. He don't even like throwing the ball. So that's why you lying.
I remember the time we played on the beach and Cammy let you QB for like two players, and you pick the ball up and you get picked. Cammy say, "Wait, come."
Never.
I remember
Never.
that. I remember that.
I don't even remember that. That's a lie. That's a lie from bits out.
No cap.
Wait. No, I remember I used to stop. I remember when I first started playing, it used to be me, Kiami, and Lex. They had to break us up. They had to break us up. It's funny that you mentioned your off season because I remember like around. I think this was. I can't remember where you was at the time. I think you. This was your freshman year. I do not remember. Remember when you was playing soccer in your off seasons? Beach soccer in your off season? Yeah. How did that come into play? And in managing your off season and stuff.
With beach soccer, so like for me, like I say, soccer was always my passion. So like I could never just like go long periods out of time without playing soccer. So like any opportunity I got, especially like going home, like because I played beach soccer growing up, like I would take advantage of that opportunity. And honestly, it was good for me because it helped with endurance, like because I played mostly sand soccer. And like I ain't gonna lie to you, that really used to bust my hip, dog. Because running up and down in the sand, chasing the soccer, like running up and down a soccer field is one thing. But when you add sand to it, that's a whole different dynamic. Like, it really is, bro, that's a workout. Running up and down the sand by itself is a workout. So imagine trying to play soccer in the sand.
That sounds
tough,
bro.
But, like, yeah, it really, I will say it really, like, helped me out in, like, endurance stuff. And somewhat, a little bit with change of direction, like, in terms of the fact that I played receiver, like, breaking in and out of routes and stuff. And, like, I also do a lot of blocking. So, like, being able to move my feet and change my feet quickly and stuff like that, it was beneficial for me.
Now, Alexio, you was my boy. So, how do you think that kicking into a goal, because it's kind of iffy for you, my boy, still, but is it better? Is it better with the goalpost because it's bigger? Because it's bigger, right?
Oh man,
I don't.
that's scary. I know exactly what you're referencing to.
Conexión. Close, no cigar.
That's a light wine. In
I
my
know
defense,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
in my defense, I was about 30 yards away, and I was playing in
right.
sand.
You
It
right.
was in sand,
Alexia was very far.
and I was tired. I
Alexia
literally
was
got
very
fouled.
far.
I got fouled. We was like, I think it was the second period. I don't know. The second out of like 3 periods. And we played 20-minute periods. It was probably like 5 minutes left. I was
It was
tired,
late.
dog. I was
It was late
legit
again.
tired. Okay? And honestly, my intention was really like to put it in a position where somebody could like go and score on it. But then the keeper was out of position. Like he wasn't really covering his right side from my perspective. So that would have been his left side. So I was like, you know what? I play defense. I probably can never get no shots on goal. Like I can probably be playing defense the whole time we at this tournament. I was like, why not have a shot on goal? So I shot the ball and I missed.
That
But
was 2017.
That's what I was known for though. Like if y'all had watched me play in soccer, I think it was our playoff game against St. Andrews. The box, the goalkeeper box is what, 18 yards? The big box is about 18 yards. So I was about 23 yards out. And I definitely skied that ball. I ain't even gonna lie to you. That ball was like almost 50 feet in the air over the goal. They was so mad at me. But in my defense, like I tell them, pardon?
You being known. Niggas know you for being dead. That's what you're trying to tell me.
No. Don't misconstrue my words.
I
just was never good at taking free kicks, but in my defense, they never let me take them in practice. So that ain't my fault.
So
you can't ask me to do it in the game when you don't let me do it in practice. That ain't my fault. That wasn't something I practiced.
Alexia was immaculate on defense, though. I must say that.
That's what I used to play defense. I didn't take free kicks in practice. So you can't get mad at me when I missed.
Anyway.
Yeah, dog. I just wanted to see.
Bro, the way I see it, dog, I had the best chance of making that shot from there. Like, no disrespect to some of my teammates, but I ain't got no popcorn front. See what I saying?
Wow.
Wow.
I know who he's talking about. Anyway, on a serious note though, any more questions for Alexia?
No, dog.
I personally don't.
You have one thing to say though.
Yeah, John.
This playoffs aside, it was a rough year for my boy, but I will have you all know that PG-13 will be back.
Oh my!
Hey, but he closes out by squeaky, but it's like,
All right, guys.
Go see the Paul George Oklahoma City jersey in the background.
Goat right there. No, that's the real goat. That's the real goat. Shout out my boy Tum Tum, who rolls there. You know what we saying? We out here rocking. Spartan Nation, Spartan Gang.
Anyway,
thank you guys. Thanks Alexio. Hopefully in the next podcast coming soon, we gonna put his IG inside the description. But it's been a great podcast. Thank you for talking with us and learning about your college experience, bro. It's always great to have you. And yeah, guys. 12 gun signs.
Hey, buddy, y'all stop. Y'all stop.
Yeah. Only talking money moves, only focus on the bag. Talking money moves, only focus on the cash. Dog from the 242, I'ma represent my set.